WWE Draft. We haven't seen it in a while. It last happened in 2024. It's the concept of a rivalry with the same company but having two different brands, Raw and SmackDown. It was created to boost ratings and to give opportunities to superstars. Now, as we are in the spirit of Survivor Series where Raw vs SmackDown was pretty famous, you're watching top 10 WWE draft picks of all time.
Number 10, Rey Mysterio. He was the first pick which was drafted in the Raw 2008 WWE Draft. Now, Rey Mysterio has always been one of the most fan favorite guys, and Raw has always been the big guys shows. So putting Rey Mysterio on Raw was a big deal. He missed WrestleMania 24 that year due to a bicep injury, but later that year he went on to beat JBL for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 25 and to also retire him. Number 9, AJ Styles to SmackDown in 2016. Now in 2016, WWE was going to the new era.
Yeah, so I don't know why did they call it the new era, because in 2 months it's gonna be 2026 and it's gonna be like 10 years in the past. Yeah. Cup of logic, WWE.
SmackDown went live and WWE was keeping the draft after a long time. And AJ Styles debuted in that same year in the January 2016 Royal Rumble. Damn, 2016 SmackDown was a good television. AJ Styles went on to beat Dean Ambrose and become the WWE Champion in the same year he debuted at Backlash 2016. And he went on to become the champ that runs the camp. And everybody knows this line.
This is SmackDown Live, the house that AJ Styles built.
Number 8, Kurt Angle to SmackDown 2002. Now, Kurt Angle is also one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Now, this is the first WWE draft ever, and Kurt Angle was begging Vince McMahon to be on SmackDown as he didn't want to work for Ric Flair, who was the GM of Monday Night Raw at that point of time. So Vince McMahon drafted him as the second pick of SmackDown. This was back when Kurt Angle still had hair. Number 7, this is the follow-up, the entire NWO to Raw 2002. Now this is a huge draft pick because it contained Kevin Nash, Scott Hall and X-Pac all together. Now this was the repercussion of Kurt Angle being drafted to SmackDown, because Vince McMahon warned Kurt Angle that if he drafts him to SmackDown, Flair is gonna pick the NWO as the second pick, and that's what exactly happened. But anyhow, the NWO disbanded later months in 2002, so that went nowhere. Number 6, Chris Benoit to ECW in 2007. The third brand, the ECW, was started in WWE, which was known as ECW. And I'm not talking about this ECW. I'm talking about this ECW. And this, just to stop it, please. The third brand was started and the brand needed some veterans. So Chris Benoit, one of the greatest of all time, got drafted to ECW, and when he was supposed to win the ECW championship against CM Punk, the tragedy happened, and instead of Chris Benoit, Johnny Nitro, which is also known as John Morrison, was the winner of the match and he became the ECW champion. Number 5, Kane to Monday Night Raw 2008. Now Kane won the ECW championship against Chavo Guerrero at WrestleMania 24 in just 11 seconds. But as ECW sucked, so he had a couple of months as a champion, but then he lost the championship to Mark Henry at Night of Champions 2008. Kane was too good of an asset to be on ECW. Because Kane was entertaining in my opinion. And then later on he went on to lose to CM Punk in WrestleMania 25 in a Money in the Bank ladder match. Number 4, Chris Jericho to SmackDown in 2002. Now he was drafted to SmackDown. Number 3, The Rock being drafted to SmackDown 2002. Okay, now this is the biggest draft picks in the history of WWE, because it is the very first draft pick ever, The Rock being drafted to SmackDown. Back then, The Rock was the face of the company, but The Rock was going to leave for the movies soon.
Things will never be the same, because the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change.
He would go on to win the undisputed WWE Championship at Vengeance 2002 and then putting over Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam 2002. Number 2, John Cena 2011, drafted to SmackDown and then being drafted back to Raw. In 2011, draft was kinda becoming stale at that point of time. Brand split was getting to be boring for people because SmackDown was becoming the B show. And WWE played a big swerve with the fans with actually showing that Cena would go on to SmackDown only to draft Cena back to Monday Night Raw on the same night. Cena lost to The Miz at WrestleMania 27 that year, but he would go on to have the legendary rivalry with The Rock later on. Again, at number 1, we have John Cena to Monday Night Raw 2005. Now, it might sound weird, right? John Cena back to back, but John Cena is the GOAT. So I'm gonna put him twice in this list. In 2005, John Cena won the WWE Championship against JBL at WrestleMania 21. His gimmick was very unique and new at that point of time. He debuted his new theme song and also his new WWE Championship, the spinner belt, which spins. Don't come at me at comments saying that this championship was a kids championship. This is a legendary championship. This is not debatable. Either way, in 2005 he got drafted to Monday Night Raw, interfering Christian and Tomoko, and he beat the shit out of Christian. It is one of the most memorable WWE draft picks of all time. So it has to be number 1.
Now, at December 13, 2026, John Cena is going to retire at Saturday night's main event. I mean, there are rumors that Gunther is going to retire him. I'm not happy about that fact, but yeah, the match is going to be pretty awesome. Now I want you to comment down below 5 superstars you think you should retire John Cena. And if anybody's watching till now, peace out.